My name is Eltoth, and I will be answering the prompts for the first online YouTube journal. So the first prompt is about commitment. And David Brooks says, most successful young people don't look inside and then plan a life. They look outside and find a problem which summons their life. And for something that I would say that has been calling my name for a long time in life is innovation. I specifically wrote down in my notes. And so currently I am studying engineering at Virginia Tech because I personally think that I get excited to create new things in the world, and I'm excited to take this creativity that I find in art and then this love that I have for math and then like roll it all up into one and do something with that in my life. And I actually do think about my future a lot. When I was doing the Enneagram test, it was asking me that. So, and I think about my life a lot, and I know that I want to be working in a group, which is what you do in engineering. I know that I want to be doing field studies. I know I want to be creating things that are going to help people, and I think I'm just really excited for that aspect of my life. And then the next one is the Enneagram personality inventory reflection. I had, let me find it. I was the investigator, which is the thinker, observer, and then they like to avoid uselessness, which I think definitely does align with me very well. I think a lot of the day I spend alone, not because I don't have like friends or anything, but just because I have a lot of class and I have a lot of homework to do, so I only get to see my friends like on the weekends, and so it leaves me to think a lot about myself and what I want to do with my life. And I think that's why I have such a good idea of what I want to do, and I think I have a pretty good idea of who I am as a person. I think college has really allowed me to step into this mindset that I've just been craving for so many years. And I'm also a twin, so it's nice to find this idea of my own self now. And I think I learned during my first semester here to just slow down and watch things more in life, and I think that's really goes with the observer, because I feel like ever since I've had to spend more time alone, I've had more time with my thoughts, I've been able to observe things around me and slow down and take in the pretty, like the beautiful trees on my way to class, and take in like the feeling of like walking in the sun. And I do definitely think I avoid uselessness, and I wouldn't necessarily say that's a bad thing. I think that if something isn't going to add value to your life, I don't think there's a point in having it in your life. But I also think that there are occasions where there are people you want to check in on that may not serve you anymore, but they've always had a special, at least I do, that I've had a special place in my heart that I have to check in on them to make sure they're doing okay. And then for my next prompt, the congruence activity, let me see what my parents said. So the main one that came up, I asked my roommate, my twin sister, and then my best friend from home. And so for more of the positive ones, I definitely got hardworking, kind, and caring. And I definitely would consider myself all of those. I try and make sure everyone around me is having a good time. And I work really, really hard. But I think also those traits reflect in the traits that weren't as good, such as like can be very judgmental, which lines up with being an observer and a thinker, which definitely isn't a trait that I'm proud of, and I'm trying to work on it. But I think I've just been doing it for so long in my life that it's kind of hardwired in. And also I am told that sometimes I can be definitely like a little negative, and I may look for the worst in things, which I am trying to fix, because I think that if you only preach negativity, that's only what you're going to attract. So I'm definitely working on shifting into that different mindset. And then the mindfulness of the tree and contemplative practices. So different ways that I can practice mindfulness in my life personally. I used to be really big into journaling. Every night I would sit down, write a few verses, and I think I've definitely strayed away from that as I grow busier and busier. But I think it's important for me to get back into that, because part of myself in this other side of my brain is associated with that I haven't unlocked in a while, and I think it's really important for me to sit down and do that. I also think it's important for me to eat with people. I know that throughout my life, I've always sat down and had dinner. So I think with how busy I've been, I haven't been able to sit down and eat dinner with my friends recently, or like my sister or my roommates. So that's something that I really want to do, just to get more mindful and like become more have more humility and like hear about other people's days and sit down and have a good conversation. And for the last one, for a way you can develop your sense of humility, that kind of goes with what I was just saying. Just developing a sense of humility as in like maybe checking up with my friends at home more often. I know that sometimes I can get wrapped up in my own life and I should really go check in on them. And I think another way to practice humility would also be to, like I said before, sit down and have a nice dinner with my roommates and catch up with everyone.